Hello, everybody. This is No Labels, No Walls Future Laboratory, the 13th of December 2021. My name is Markus Vähälä, hosting from Kukunori from Helsinki. I'm so glad to see all of you here today, as we are bringing together ideas for the future. 2022 is near. So today we will go back to the future, looking into this year, what we have done and created, getting some updates where we are now, and also planning next year together. So welcome everybody and join the session. Let's do it together. Today's host, Riku Turpeinen and Kevin, welcome to the show.
Hello.
Yeah, welcome. Welcome. Okay, let's start from Alistair. How are you doing today?
Hi Riku, I'm doing fine, thank you very much. It's been a bit blowy in Scotland. There's been a lot of storms with trees down over the last couple of weeks. One country park lost 100,000 trees, just one country park. So I think we've lost millions of trees across the UK. So we'll have to do a lot of planting to catch up with our emissions stuff, which is a bit sad. But everybody that I know is safe and nobody got hurt. So that's me, but everything's good here. Thanks.
Okay, how about your idea for next year of
okay,
no labels, no walls?
Okay, so my big thing is we've started a thing called New Roots Home, and it's about people with disabilities not being in institutions and stuff. Because still in Scotland we have too many people being taken to hospitals for too long. So we've started a campaign, and I'm doing some work with one family to try and help somebody get out of an institution, and that's one of the things I'd be keen to chat a bit more about. I don't know if you want to do the rest of the introductions and that before we get into it, but certainly that would be my focus, would be trying to bring people together to fight institutionalization.
Okay, sounds great. Yes, and then we go to Pilppa.
Hey Riku and everyone.
Yeah. How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you. It's not that cold anymore here in Helsinki, but it's super slippery. So I took a little morning walk and almost fell, but luckily only almost.
Yes, very icy here in Finland right now.
Yeah, super slippery.
Yeah. Okay. How about your idea for No Labels, No Walls next year? Would be?
Well, at least I have one idea concerning my project, Hats Against the Stigma, in a way that we could bring more people on community level or different communities to the movement of the Hats Against the Stigma. And maybe that way we could impact like on a group level to certain groups and certain societies or communities, because now it's been basically on a very personal level that individuals send pictures of their hats, which is of course still going on all the time. But how could we bring like more people through different groups and stuff like that? So that's of course one idea that I have. And it's,
you are right. You are right, because many people, as we can gather together, we get more results. So
and of course it would involve photography again, since it's the kind of like the heart of the Hats Against the Stigma movement. But at least something like that I have on my personal project. And then one thing that I have been thinking for next year is that, and I don't have a specific idea for this, but what I have been thinking is that how can we bring more people in general to join the festival and make more connections around the world, so that I have had that thought on my head also, but I don't have like any solution or ideas for that, but it's something that I have been thinking.
Okay, sounds great. Thank you, Hilpa.
Thank you.
And then we go to.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yeah, Leila, how are you doing today?
Okay, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine too.
Hi, Alistair.
Hi.
Hi, Noah.
How are you?
So how would your idea for No Labels, No Walls next year would be?
I'm not really sure. Is Michael there?
No, he's at the plane right now, traveling.
Okay.
So he's not here, but
I'm not really sure. I don't know.
Okay, but that's okay. You'll get something when time comes, and thank you very much.
Leila, I was just thinking that you did put in the chat about public transport not being very accessible for you. So you could always do something about inclusive public transport. We could always do that. We better let Riku get on with introductions now.
Please share your ideas anytime with us, Leila. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. And then Kevin, how's your life today?
Good. I'm good. I just saw that Fiona thing just popped into the chat. I just want to like give a shout out. Hey, hope you're doing awesome. But in Connecticut, everything's good. Our studio had a little bit of a setback. More so we were like it's a long story and a whole can of worms in of itself, but we have another space that we're renting, and we've been starting to do the open mics again. So
wow, that's great.
Hopefully somewhere down the line we can start broadcasting more of those open lines. Like, that's just an idea I had, at least going forward up until the festival. I know there's pretty more I could say, but I want to save it for later. So
okay,
good to see everybody. Like,
yes,
I know it's been like a month or so. So going down the list, Mark, how are you?
I'm good. From Scotland, and it's very cold. Oh, like Alistair says, the trees all falling down, and it's good to be here again.
Okay, great to hear from you. What are your ideas for No Labels, No Walls?
My idea is to get more people onto Zoom. More people on. Yeah, be good to see more people. Yeah,
of course. Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
More people. It's always great. Yeah. Okay. And then we have Fiona and Jonathan. How are you doing today?
Really good, thank you. Sorry for coming in late. We were actually just talking with Simon.
Yes.
Simon Duffy, who sends his regards.
Yeah.
And what is taking up our headspace today? What have we been doing?
Well, we are in the midst of changing apartments.
We're moving out.
Yes.
And we're moving in, and it's a big task. Every time we have to move, it's a big task. And I suppose I've been a nomad all my life. I've lived in about 25 homes over the years. And most of those were before I was the age of 30. So I really settled down a lot. But this is your second eviction notice in 2 years.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
That's what happens when you rent on the public market, you know, when you're at the whim of landlords who either want to move back in, that was the first one, or want to sell the place when the market's good.
Yeah.
And so it's not fun, but it kind of is too. It's always
yeah.
You look at all your stuff and you say, do I like this? Do I need this?
Yeah, I'm doing the same all the time. So I know what you're talking about.
You can both find, reconnect with your stuff or get rid of the stuff that you don't need.
Yeah. I'm doing that all the time too. So I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. And it's nice to see you all too.
Yeah. And how are your feelings about the next year of No Labels, No Walls?
Well, we're feeling optimistic about it. We certainly, as the new Citizen Network TV coordinators, we're particularly interested in, as you said, Mark, really building up our community. And we've had such wonderful experiences with No Labels, No Walls previously. Mostly from the sidelines, but we'd like to be more involved in the future. I mean, not entirely in the sidelines. We've certainly participated, and
yes, please be.
But we're excited about the evolution and the growth of it.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And as Markus said, put your ideas to chat too. So. We'll get more of them there also. And then we have everybody but
Lassie
out there. How are you, Lassie?
Yeah, hello everybody, and long time no see.
Yes.
I was finally able to get a microphone headset. So it's really much more better to talk than to write all the time. I got older yesterday. I'm now 7 squared old, and decided to pop in and see what's going nowadays here.
Okay.
And for the thoughts about our little project, well, I'm optimistic that we can get rid of all the quarantines and other COVID stuff, and hopefully we will be able to meet more people in person than
I'm been thinking about it too all the time, and when we get to see in a personal level, it's gonna be great too. But
yeah, so I'm kind of in a waiting mode, and
yes,
if this gets better and we can get rid of all these restrictions, then I hope we can do more meeting people and actually do more.
Yeah, that's true. Thank you, Lasse.
I think it's time to pass it over to, I know Markus had something to say, but I don't know if you want to say it now or we want to wait on it.
Thank you so much, Kevin and Riku. The time is running and we have a lot of things to work with today as we are coming back to the future and looking back to and celebrating what we have created this year. Some news about advancements after our last meetup. Also, we had our festival and tens of Action Mondays this year. So all of them you can find from our wonderful Citizen Network TV. Also our previous year's Action Mondays. A lot of interesting topics, a lot of ideas, a lot of people coming together. And this year we had the Creating Action Together festival. So perhaps there's some ideas that we can draw from this festival as we move into the future. So please check out our website, www.nolabelsnowalls.net, for what we are into actually now. But looking back, we are already established community. We have created tens of Action Mondays, our community media channel, Citizen Network TV, and 3 huge festivals. First of them, 2019, locally in Helsinki in 3 different venues. But we also had workshops coming from California that year. Then last year, we had a digital international online festival together with Glasgow and Los Angeles, putting together 129 events online over 6 days. And this year, we celebrated locally in Helsinki for a week, the Kukunori Week, presented topics, discussions, action, workshops, and networking. And during that week, we had a 2-day festival online worldwide. And today we are discussing about the future 2022 as it links to other things happening in Citizen Network and Citizen Fests.
Markus.
Yes?
I forgot to tell myself what I'm saying to.
Please go ahead, Riku.
Yeah. So for the next year, I have big plans. I'm gathering together a big concert, and I have started already doing it here in Finland, and it's going to be presented in Helsinki Olympic Stadium, and it's becoming more and more true, and I'm excited about it, and also melting of the art. So the Taiteen Slottamo is behind me in that, and we will get far with the idea soon in January and February for it to happen in the summer of 2022. And of course, I'm also doing music as before, and also a tour, street gig tour in 2024. So this kind of plans I have, and of course I'm coming back to No Labels, No Walls movement the next year, and I have a chance to be with you here more and more again. So here.
I'm so glad to hear that, Riku. And you are bringing in some local action, putting together people and organizations, and creating this great music and this great concert. So we are very glad to have you with us, as you are one of the founders of the movement.
Please come with me to everywhere in the world so we gather a great group to do it, and we're succeed together.
And to link that idea, Riku, to our Padlet, this wouldn't be a No Labels, No Walls meetup without our Padlet. So please enter your ideas that you can also find from our No Labels, No Walls Facebook group and Facebook pages. There's a link for until the next time where you can put your ideas in. So there's a couple of good questions here, and you can also invent more. So how we can create a world without walls and labels, what is preventing us from creating a world without labels and walls, and how do we overcome those barriers? What we want our future festivals to consist of, both in person, locally, and online virtually. And how can we build events that create action among those that participate? And feel free to put in your ideas themes, questions, and thoughts. And if you want to participate into production of the festival, put your contact info there as well. From this Padlet, you will also find out the schedule for our new meetups. So we are meeting in January the 17th next time. We are also meeting in the first week of February around the globe, where we are building citizen network together. So we are meeting people during 3 days around different things, but also about no labels, no walls. So please share your ideas today and help your friends to put their ideas into the Padlet. Next, I will go back to our presentation. We had some really nice action on our festival. Just a moment. Can you see it now, Riku?
Yeah.
So culture houses was the first action we had at the festivals. So we have created this huge map. So please put in your culture and art groups here on the map. And let's share this map so we can get all these culture houses around the world and culture groups. I think Fiona and Jonathan, you might know some as well. So put those links in so we can invite all of our friends to the festival, and probably they have very interesting songs and music and art to bring with them. And walking football and sports dreams, it's actually hopefully happening. So we, after that workshop, we applied for funding for social sports for all Erasmus Plus funded project. And we found very nice companions from Greece. Panagia Evangelistria is an organization that provides help, support, and service for people with intellectual disabilities in Athens, and they are experts in a action called adventure therapy. So I don't know what it is, but we all will find out when we move into the next year together with our friends from Helsinki, where we are teaching walking football locally and online with our Greek friends. So this is very exciting. And Hope for Justice community created a wonderful piece of poetry. There's a YouTube link now online that you can all watch, and please share. So that is something that we can present and show actually that when you're creating and coming together, you can create instantly art and culture and share it with the world. Building a Bigger We session is continuing. Actually, Michael Bierman from the Strindberg Laboratory created a model called Getting to Know You game out of this session. And he and the theater has been very active locally there in Los Angeles, putting this Building a Bigger We action forward. But Michael is also inviting everybody to join and trying out this method in your local area and in your local communities. And we are also built our links together with our Scottish friends. So in 2022, We Are One festival is going to happen. And No Labels and No Walls will be there. But not alone, we are bringing in all our Citizen Fest friends around the world, like this year, Toronto Summer Institute, the Festival of Debate. We Are One and No Labels, No Walls will be presented in all of our Citizen Fests. But we are also inviting new festivals, and we have been contacted by festivals from around the world. So our Citizen Fest community is growing. UBI Labs session, there's now nearly 40 UBI Labs. So the UBI Labs community is growing rapidly, not only as local groups, but also thematic groups. And here in Finland, we are thinking about either starting an organization or joining an organization to found UBI Lab Finland next year. So please check it out, UBI Labs Network. Music Beyond All Borders communities is receiving new members. Perhaps Kevin will tell a little bit about this also. And they are leading a very wonderful project, creating the longest song in the world where everybody can join in. Very exciting. And as you remember, there's even more action coming from the Strindberg Laboratory, from Environmental Justice. Giriful, actually, last week we presented our exhibition. It's now online. Hats Against the Stigma, we will hear more about it today. And Kimilti and Inclusive Theatre of New York presented their art at the festival. And also Fionathan, thank you so much. Riku Turpeinen as well. And Citizen Network was there presenting all this festival action this year. So today, what's happening in the future of No Labels, No Walls? Couple of news is that our time together with the wonderful people from Kukunori is ending, and beginning of next year, No Labels, No Walls community continues as a project supported by the expanding Citizen Network community and the Strindberg Laboratory. So we would like to thank everybody from Kukunori providing us all these different opportunities that we have been enjoying during these years, and we welcome everybody next year to participate. But as we all know, Kukunori is a laboratory for social innovation, so we can firmly say that we have established one social innovation, the No Labels, No Walls community and action. So thank you so much, Kukunori. So that was what was happened last this year's festival, but after that there's been a lot of action, and Michael Bierman from the Strindberg Laboratory and another coordinator of the No Labels, No Walls movement is not present today, but presented us with a video leading our discussion for today's topic about the future of No Labels, No Walls. So I will share Michael's video shortly. Yeah.
Hello, hi, my name is Michael. I'm with the Strindberg Laboratory. We're here in Los Angeles. We're so excited for the possibility of next year's festival, the No Labels, No Walls Festival, Citizen Network Festival. And what we're trying, we were talking with Markus and Fiona and Jonathan and some others, and what we had an idea that we want to present to the group about perhaps next year's festival being all about how we get to know each other. So what we've been doing in Los Angeles is this game called the Getting to Know You game, which is all about how people can do collective listening as well as get to know one another in a really fun way. And our idea is that we would go to Finland, where the next year's festival will take place, also virtually, obviously, and do this game, and then see what other people are doing in their communities, and then seeing how we can join forces so we can create this kind of collective way that people can listen to one another as well as share a similar experience. So that's our idea for next year. We'd love to hear what you have to say, and we're so excited to hopefully work with you very soon. Thanks so much, and hope you guys have great holidays. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
So Michael is challenging us with an idea that perhaps we can learn from the past. We have had on-site festivals and online festivals. So next festival would be a hybrid festival where we take this online approach to local communities, getting to know more people. So we can have different kind of venues, not only here in Helsinki, Finland, but in other countries as well. A couple of years ago, when we did our first festival, we created a lot of these kind of on-site workshops together with different communities and got to know a lot of people. So now we can bring in other communities and other peoples from around the world to our local communities and to find ways and explore what is there making it difficult for us to approach new people and create this a movement and share with other people. It seems that people are feeling lonely and isolated, but on the other hand, there's ways to connect and create the feeling of connectedness and solidarity. So we need you. We need your ideas how to bring this together, how to create something new, and how to step forward together. Alistair, would you have some ideas around this theme?
Yeah, definitely. I think that one of the other ideas that I've just put on the Padlet was the idea of a website that a bunch of us are developing. It's was started by a group who are all care leavers, and lots of people have anxiety, and especially coming out of COVID, people are anxious about going to new places and connecting up together in real life. And so what we're trying to do is create a network. At the moment, it's across Scotland, of places that are safe and free, for example, or cheap to go to, and people who could maybe meet you, say if you went there for the first time, so that you didn't feel anxious about going there for the first time. So we're trying to do things like take some short videos on our phones about this is what the place looks like, this is what it's like inside, reduce people's anxiety and give them a chance to try getting more comfortable with going to new places. And so the idea is it'd be open to everyone. So it might be something, that a theme like that, about how can we create confidence, you know, especially if it's a hybrid sort of festival. What would stop you from joining this festival for the first time? What would make you less anxious about taking part in the festival, putting yourself out there, those sorts of things? And I guess maybe making some of those connections to make some of that happen.
Yes, Alistair.
Yeah.
I was wondering if we could do this kind of worldwide DJ movement too, and other kind of singing and musicianing together worldwide in No Labels, No Walls movement. How you would feel with that idea?
Yeah, I think that sounds really good. I think what we could maybe do is copy the idea that we're having for physical meetups in Scotland, and then I've got quite a lot of practice in setting up these like Wix websites quite quickly for no money now, and so maybe we could work together on doing something similar, replicating, sort of copying
that it would be easier to participate and worldwide and
brilliant.
Yeah,
Sounds
we get
good.
there. Yeah. Yes.
Alistair,
Yeah.
Yes,
Alistair?
Lila. Yes, Lila. I know you're messaging me and sending me stuff, but I'm trying to fill stuff in the Padlets
Oh,
as well.
sorry.
So I'm typing up ideas in the Padlets, and then you're messaging me. So sorry, Leila. We could maybe catch up afterwards if you need to.
Great, Leila.
So Kevin, what is happening in the musical intervention and locally there? Is there something that we could link to our next year's festival?
Well, if all pans out, Adam and I, well, pretty much musical intervention, everyone involved. We sort of, like I said earlier, we had a little bit of a setback with our space. So right now, while the main studio itself is being renovated, we somewhat are, we have this new spot that we're holding on to for the time being, but it's becoming more of like a wellness, all encompassing sort of like outlet. It's like an offshoot of musical intervention. It's called Inspire, and hopefully what we've been doing there is we've been renting it out for dance classes, whether it's R&B, salsa night, and we've started bringing back, we've been hosting the open mic nights again. So that is pretty exciting on my end, that we're getting more people back in, although it's a bit weird. In a possibility, maybe it'd be something where we were to like,
let me help you, Kevin. Yes, I picked up an idea from your talk that we could have groups doing, like Hilpa said, we would like having groups doing like one genre, like R&B, and one doing rock, and etc. How would that sound to you?
well, actually, what would be cool is like wherever as Marcus was suggesting doing, Marcus and Alistair were suggesting with the hybrid festival, it would be cool to like whoever is hosting said festival could maybe in between like the live broadcasts, as people are like changing over acts, could maybe cut to a broadcast from, say, America or Scotland or Sweden, wherever. That way it's not only saves time for like acts changing like wherever, like coming on stage, whenever, but also gets to share everybody around the world. Like everyone gets their talent and their acts recognized.
Talent are very, very important. Yes.
So I don't know what everybody else suggests.
Yeah.
Kevin, I really liked the live concert that you gave last time.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I'm thinking we should do it, but that should be like the whole thing. That was fun. That was like a nice treat.
Yeah, I love that too.
I'm pretty sure my crew would love it as much.
Yeah, this is a very good way to continue. Thank you.
How about Fionn and Jonathan, as artists, as political activists, as coordinators of Citizen Network TV? Any ideas for 2022?
Well, we've no shortage of ideas about things that we ourselves could contribute.
That's true.
And because we're working on any number of various projects, and it just seems like No Labels, No Walls is a place for citizenship, and it's a place where kind of just about all our projects can find a home, right? So, so the conversation we were just having with Simon was mostly around the Down syndrome bill, which is it's in legislation. It's in the legislative process in the UK, and we're not even citizens of the UK, but we're global citizens, and we were invited to be a part of that process.
Yeah.
And you met with a significant chunk of the House of Commons a couple of weeks ago, didn't you?
I did, yes.
With 107 MPs. And
That's
so
right.
there's quite an amazing story to be told about this process. And we have been, we put ourselves forward to be the documentarians.
Yeah.
And so we'll be making a film, and it seems like when you're making a film, I mean, that's a labor that takes many months, and you end up with some big final thing. But along the way, if you're willing to take a little more time, you can create a bunch of little smaller videos, and you can share the process in different ways.
Yeah.
So that whole Down syndrome bill and what it means to change the law so that people are included.
Yes.
Is a learning that we'd love to share about. And so, it seems like it fits right in with No Labels, No Walls.
Yeah.
The idea of changing society, because already in the Padlet there's this comment about like power's in the wrong hands, and so it's not just we love cultural things, making music and sharing stories, and we'd be very happy to do that. But there's this other side of things of making change, and and that's a part of what No Label. Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, but I already posted in the chat that I felt like we need to like the hybrid is quite exciting, because of course we don't know what the year has in front of us in terms of what kind of limitations will be placed on us. And it's been said many times that meeting in person is a special thing that can't be replicated online.
But we can fight together, all of us, and make this a better movement.
Yeah, and to say that the meeting online is wonderful. Like it's really
yes, it is.
Have this, and people are getting more familiar, and you've been doing work with helping people who aren't yet online.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, that's still the majority of the world, that don't Zoom, or use any kind of communicate. What we're doing at this moment, most people have never done. We might, it's easy to forget that because we do 2 or 3 a day.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But the majority of the world has never experienced this. And a lot of them can't, but a lot of them just haven't yet, right? So they're missing out. So we'd like to bring more people in too. And so one of the other projects you're doing is just making short videos to teach people how to Zoom, actually.
Yes.
Right? And how to use Facebook, or how to set up an email account, kind of that what we take for granted now, even though a few years ago we didn't do any of this, to really, maybe No Labels, No Walls could be a way of breaking down those walls that have silently been built around those of us who are online, and recognizing that actually we've left most people out of these kind of conversations. So, a couple of ideas. You want to throw anything else right now?
Yeah, please do.
I think you have spoken for the both of us, really.
Okay, for now. But if you think of something, you say it yourself.
All right.
Very good ideas. Thank you.
Jan and Jonathan, how do you see Citizen Network TV in all of this? How it can support or learn from No Labels, No Walls Festival?
Well, I think a lot. It's not even clear to me where one ends and the other begins. So maybe, I mean, we've only taken this role on recently, and we're still in this phase of really asking questions, and we're asking all of you that question too, because we really want Citizen Network TV, just like Citizen Network, to be something that is of us, right? So even though we've taken the role of coordinators, we're not directors or bosses or something like that. So so really we're quite open, I think for our first 100 years as directors, as coordinators.
Yeah.
Oops, I just said directors. As coordinators of CNTV, we'll be listening and open to really doing what all of you think. And maybe in the next 100 years, we'll have it and we'll know what it is we want to do. So I'm being silly about it, but I think that so much of what we produce together in the moment is still useful after that moment, and can be not only just to view it afterwards, of course, but also to repurpose it and to make connections and to index it and to bring different communities together and things like that. So creating content is we're kind of at that phase, I think, where we're just trying to get everyone to create and to share it. And we're soon going to be overwhelmed because I think we're going to be successful with that, but then there's going to be like, what do we do with all this stuff? So really that's open, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
So, but we envision, like, I think what I personally would like to be able to do is I go to the sort of the home page. That's a nice word, isn't it? I go to the place that I feel is my home page, and there I can explore from there. It's kind of like the Google of citizenship, right? So you can find what you're looking for. And the problem with Google is that it's biased and it's materialistic. It's sort of been sold out, right? So it's not about citizenship anymore. If it ever was, I don't know. And we need that. We need a Google of people and a Google for the planet. And so, it's a bit lofty to say we could do something like that, but we could do a micro version of it. And we have strength in ourselves.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. And welcome Liz Murphy from Imagineer.
Hi everyone. I'm just trying to get my video to work. Just bear with us a second there. Hello, I am real, not just a black screen. Nice to meet you all.
Nice to meet you, Liz.
Nice to meet you too.
Liz, we are talking about the next year's No Labels, No Walls Festival. And I will put a link to the chat of a Padlet where we are collecting all of the ideas. So if you would like to share a little bit about yourself and how do you see the future of No Labels, No Walls and the No Labels, No Walls Festival 2022?
Wow, that's quite a big question.
Yeah.
So I imagine we do a lot of work with lots of different people. We do a lot of stuff around like imagining good ways of living and how to achieve that. We're very much about people kind of directing and working out the support that they want and what they want that to look like, and to really think beyond kind of services and to think more about just life and community and how I want to be. So yeah, we do lots of great stuff, mainly in the UK, but we cover quite a big area in the UK. Yeah, I was just really interested to hear the ideas that were coming up from the group, and then to see where it would make sense for us to be part of that. So yeah, thank you.
Hilpa, do you have some ideas that you would like to present for next year's Hats Against the Stigma? Where's the march? Where's the action?
Well, I'm still waiting for a reply from or not a reply, but we spoke with Anifta from Kukunori that she would explore whether Kukunori would help me to put up the march, and I'm still waiting to hear from her. So then, after I have heard from her, then I can tell that how and whether there is some kind of proceedment in that.
Okay, thank you.
But definitely, I'm trying to move forward with my plans.
Great.
Yeah. It's Untitled Chapter. It's nearly finished.
So, Lasse, do you have some ideas for next year? You've been very active in all of our festivals.
Hi. No, not really yet. I'm kind of trying to think some kind of hybrid festival and what we would require to get done. I'm more about how to make things happen than to create the content. So I'm kind of looking forward how the epidemic is going on, and do we have to make another online festival or not? So that's mainly my thoughts.
I think because everything, at least for the most while, is being so virtual, we've done this even before we had to shut down the world. Like, virtual concerts have been ongoing, even though it's not like been hugely of the norm. I'm sure what differentiate is it like it's completely virtual versus you can be there in person. I think what matters would be where it's hosted, and more importantly, can it be hosted, and are we able to pull off a production that can host everyone in the sphere of No Labels, No Walls, rather than being super exclusive to just this specific part of the group. Does that make any sense at all?
Yes,
I
it
think
does.
it is.
Yes, it does. I say that more and more we are active together in these meetings, and more and more we meet each other together. That's the way that we can conclude much more and be successful.
By all means, I would love to just go across the pond just to like check your festivals out, honestly.
Yes, that's great to hear. Thank you.
So, is it Mark? What kind of ideas do you have for next year? How would you like to participate? What kind of content would you like to see at the festival?
Hello?
Mark might come back.
What's happened to Mark? Mark loves. I know that he loves the inclusive music sessions that we do for like stay up late inclusive things, and he also does some DJ. So I think it would probably, if he's maybe been called away for a second, that's one of the things that I think he's told me he would like, is that kind of inclusive music things that I guess Riku and a few of us have taken part in already. More of that and chance to connect to different people.
Yes.
Yes. Bring back Stay Up Late Scotland.
Yeah.
Yes, I think everybody has had. Yes.
Alistair.
Yes, Leila.
Hello. Hello, Alistair.
Hello. Hi. I've got to go. I've got to go because I've got another meeting now. Really sorry.
Oh, okay.
Have a great rest of your meeting, and I'll see you all in January.
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
Thank you. Bye. Thank you.
So as we are finishing, let me remind you that we are meeting in January the 17th, the Monday, where we are building on the data that we are now gathering. So please share the link to the Padlet to all of your networks so we can collect all this information together. And by then, we will also present the information I told about the last this year's festival too online. So changes are happening, but they are good changes. So we might have a new Zoom link next time as well. But it's very, very similar to this. So please follow the emails that you are receiving. Also look into our Facebook group and our social media posts for the latest news.
Yeah, and thank you very much. I appreciate you all being here with me, and thank you, Kevin, for coming.
Co-piloting.
Yeah, yes, and I think we deserve applause now, or
I guess this is it. We'll see everybody in January. So then, Happy New Year. And happy holidays.
Happy Christmas.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas. New Year and
Merry Christmas.
Happy post
I see you in
Hanukkah.
January.
Bye.
Yeah.
Okay.